Hi, it's Russ from Pro Tools Expert, and I've got myself a copy of the new Scarbee Rickenbacker bass from Native Instruments. It works within Contact. And now and again, a product comes along that makes me smile, and this is one of those products that really makes me smile on a number of levels. First, before I go into waxing lyrical about why I love this plugin so much, and I'm going to declare that straight away before I even show you around it, a little bit about the technicalities of it. The download is around 6 gigabytes, so it's a huge payload. So obviously a lot of work has gone into creating this accurate replication of a Rickenbacker bass. According to the data on the Native Instruments site, it's an approved or endorsed Rickenbacker. I see the R on there as well, bass sample as well. And I have to say, I just love it. I love it. Perhaps nostalgia's got the better of me, but I was around in the 80s when Rickenbackers were used by people like the Jam, and so what I've actually done today is I've got a track that some of you will be aware of if you're around at the time, and some of you may have heard it on the radio since, a town called Malice, and I just wanted to put it into Pro Tools and just track a few tracks of a town called Malice and see what it sounded like, just for the fun of it anyway. But before I start showing you that, what I'm going to do first is show you around this. So what we have basically is we load it in, and we have two options. It comes here as an instrument. You can see on the left hand side here, and if we open the instruments up, we've got a palm mute version and a standard version. So I'm going to show you the standard version first, and then I'll quickly show you the palm mute, and then I'll reload the standard version and go through it. So left to right, we've got presets, which are really nice. You can drop down from everything from a pure neck pickup position or bridge pickup DI'd all the way through all the variants, then, which are that we have an amplifier section here. Looks strikingly like a Marshall head with two inputs, and obviously it's got all the standard settings. And if you go over anything within these, you'll see here at the bottom below it that you have all the information you need to make the decisions you need if you're not sure what a setting does. And then moving on, we've got the cabs then, 4x12 UK 1970s, 8x10 Bass Pro, 4x10 Tweed. I don't need to read them all to you, you can read yourself, but you can see there's various different ones, and then with dynamic mics and condenser mics and stuff like that set in. Then we have tape, where we can add tape, distortion and warmth into the sound, and then we have this rack of a compressor and an equalizer as well, which all goes to make an incredible variation on sounds. So let me load up this one. So let's go back to the early ones first. Let's go back to the first one in the set. So there we are, that's pure DI. So if we went to the amp now, we could then switch the amp on. Now, if we really wanted to go mad as well, we can turn it to high gain. I have to say the modelling of the amp as well is really quite nice. Now what's nice is, well, if we just come into the bass sec, we've got all the bass settings here as well we can do. Even down to the Rico sound, where you now have the bass, the bridge and the neck pickup at the same time, and you can get really fat sounds because it's basically stereo now, which sounds a bit odd to call it stereo bass, but that was one of the cool things about the Rico sound. You could do that, you could have both on. There's bridge, neck, and both. And as you can see here, it's a very, very nice sampling. Scarbee are known for being good at this, so I'm not surprised it sounds good. But I'm just really surprised how good it is. I've got virtually every bass there is out there, things like Trillion and stuff like this, but already I'm just imagining the songs I'm going to use this on, and Rickenbackers are known for rock and kind of the stuff of the 80s a lot, but I have to say that this is just a beautiful bass, full stop, irrelevant of the period or the style of music you might put it in. I just think it's got such a variant tone. So if we just go through some of them, there's one of the stereo ones. So it's got the tweed cab on it now. So you can hear the variety of sounds. Then we could add in the tape as well. Really start mashing it up a bit. So as I said, the variety of the sound is just incredible. And one of the things I was surprised by is that, because when you think about a Rickenbacker, as I say, it has niche sort of places often in music, and often you default to things like J basses and P basses and stuff like that if you're going to do tracks where you were tracking with just regular bass lines. But already I'm just imagining using this on a lot of different things. So as you can see, there's lots of variation. There's the standard compressor and the standard equalizer. If you're used to using contact gear, you would have seen these in other instruments that they've already released as well. So very nice indeed. So let me now load in the palm mute version instead, just for a second. And again. Can you imagine this? Some dub bass, so reggae and stuff like that would really benefit from this bass sound as well. So let's load in the standard one again. And as I say, it really is. It's great sounding. It's easy to get around. It's got an enormous variety of sound. It's just beautiful. I'm just going to put on, as I said, a bit of a tune called Malice from the Jam. I'm just going to play you a bit of it just for a laugh, and just to give you an idea. But I'm going to just stick this into one of my favourite settings. I'm going to put that tweed one back on again. As you can hear, really, really nice. Really sits well in a track. Anyway, a bit of fun by me, bit of nostalgia. So perhaps nostalgia's got the better of me on this one. I don't think so. I think although it's got a huge payload, so you're going to have to think about your disk space. I've got this on a separate drive. It's playing fine. I've had no dropouts or anything like that, and no out-of-memory errors. So you've got to remember that part of it. But it's beautifully sampled. It's amazingly detailed. The added extras such as the amp modelling and the tape and stuff like that, and even the GUI. And the ease of use has really won me over, and it's beautiful. And I'm going to give it editor's choice, because if you're looking for a great sounding bass, you might not have to look much further than this. I know there's VIs out there that have got hundreds of basses in them. I've mentioned Trillion already, and it's a different beast than Trillion. But I have to say that this is an incredibly usable, incredibly beautifully sampled and created bass. And so big thumbs up from me. And if you get it and you do rock and you do dub and reggae or anything like that, I think, as I say, I'm going to try it on all sorts of tracks. I'm not going to just limit it to the kind of genres that you'd expect to put a Rickenbacker bass on. It, as I say, stunning bass, stunning sampling, one of the best libraries so far, I think, that I've had from the guys over at Native Instruments. So huge thumbs up from me. Sell your bed and buy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.